This happened last year in March 2024. I was 31 and working night security for a private shipping company that moved high-value electronics between distribution centers. The job was mostly driving, which I preferred. Less dealing with people, more time alone with my audiobooks and thoughts. That night I was transporting a load of server components from Sacramento to Redding, California. The route took me north on I-5, which is usually pretty straightforward. 6 lanes most of the way, decent traffic even at night. Well-lit rest stops every 40 miles. I left Sacramento around 10 p.m. The van I drove was a white Ford Transit. No windows in the back, company logo on the sides. All the cargo was locked in the rear behind a reinforced steel partition. Around midnight, somewhere past Red Bluff, I noticed a motorcycle pacing me in the right lane. Not unusual. I-5 is a major route for bikers heading to Oregon. But after about 10 minutes, I realized it was maintaining the exact same speed, about 5 feet off my passenger door. I slowed down. The motorcycle slowed down. I sped up. It sped up. I switched lanes. It switched lanes. The rider was wearing all black gear with a dark helmet. No identifying markings. I couldn't tell if it was a man or woman. They just stayed locked in that position off my passenger side, matching my every move. After about 20 minutes of this, the motorcycle suddenly accelerated and cut in front of me, then slowed down, forcing me to brake. Then it dropped back alongside me again. They were playing with me. I tried to get a better look at the rider, but the helmet visor was too dark. They turned their head toward me and made a gesture. A phone. They were pantomiming holding up a phone. Then my phone rang. I looked at the caller ID, unknown number. I answered on Bluetooth. "Do you know what you're carrying?" A male voice, mid-30s maybe, casual and calm. "Excuse me? In the back of your van? Do you know what it really is?" I glanced in my rear view. The motorcycle was still right there. "Who is this?" "Someone who's going to save your life if you listen very carefully. Pull over at the next rest stop. We need to talk." "I'm not pulling over." "Yes, you are. Because in exactly 4 minutes, 3 vehicles are going to box you in and force you off the road. And when they do, they're going to execute you and take your cargo. Or you can pull over now, talk to me, and maybe we can both survive the next half hour." My hands were shaking on the wheel. If this is some kind of joke, does it feel like a joke? Look in your rearview mirror. See the black SUV about a quarter-mile back? I looked. There was a black SUV, 3 cars behind me. That's vehicle 1. Now check your driver's side mirror. See the silver pickup that just passed you? A silver pickup was pulling ahead in the left lane. That's vehicle 2. And vehicle 3 is about 2 miles ahead. waiting at the exit for the rest stop. They're going to coordinate and pin you in. You have 3 minutes to decide if you want my help or theirs. Why should I trust you? Because I'm the only person who called to warn you. Now pull over. Rest stop in 2 miles. I'll meet you at the far end of the lot. And, David, come alone. The line went dead. He knew my name. My heart was racing. This could be a setup, a robbery, a dozen different terrible scenarios. But the alternative was ignoring the warning and hoping he was lying. I took the rest stop exit. The lot was mostly empty. A few semi-trucks parked in the back, one RV near the restrooms. I pulled into a space at the far end away from the lights and killed the engine. The motorcycle pulled in 30 seconds later and parked several spaces away. The rider got off, removed the helmet, and started walking toward my van. It was a woman. Short, dark hair, maybe 40 years old, wearing tactical gear under a leather jacket. She tapped on my window. Pop the back. I need to see what you're carrying. Not until you tell me what's going on. She looked over her shoulder at the rest stop entrance, then back at me. You were supposed to be delivering server components, right? Routine transfer, nothing special? Yeah, so? So your company didn't pack that cargo. Someone else did. Someone who wanted those components to reach a specific buyer in Reading, who's going to use them to finalize a very illegal cryptocurrency mining operation that's been laundering money for 3 different criminal organizations. I stared at her. Who are you? FBI, Cybercrime Division. We've been tracking this shipment for 6 weeks. The original driver was supposed to be compromised. He was going to deliver the components and look the other way, but he got sick last minute and they called you instead. You're not compromised, which means you're now a liability. So the people following me want to kill you and take the van. They can't let you deliver it, because we'll be waiting at the destination. But they also can't let you return to Sacramento with the cargo. So you're a loose end. This is insane. Yeah, well, welcome to my Tuesday. Now open the back so I can verify the cargo, and we can get you out of here alive. I unlocked the rear door. She pulled it open and climbed inside with a flashlight. I heard her opening containers, moving things around. After a minute, she jumped back out. Okay, it's here. All of it, which means they're definitely coming for you. What do I do? You drive exactly where I tell you. There's a highway patrol station 40 miles north. We get you there, you're safe, and we seize the cargo as evidence. But we have to leave now. What about the vehicles following me? She smiled. Let me worry about that. We got back in our vehicles. She took the lead on her motorcycle, and I followed her out of the rest stop. As we merged back onto I-5, I saw the black SUV and silver pickup, both entering the rest stop behind us. They'd been waiting for me to stop. For the next 40 miles, that motorcycle stayed in front of me, weaving through traffic, always checking her mirrors to make sure I was keeping up. Twice I saw vehicles try to catch up to us, the black SUV, then a different truck, but she'd accelerate and I'd follow, and somehow we always stayed ahead. When we finally pulled into the highway patrol station, there were already 6 cruisers waiting. The woman got off her motorcycle and spoke to the officers, gesturing at my van. They took my statement, verified my identity, confiscated the cargo, told me the FBI would be in touch. The woman walked over as I was finishing. "You did good, David. Most people would have panicked. Are you really FBI?" She showed me a badge. "Really FBI? What happens now? Now you go home. Your company will be notified that the cargo was seized as part of an ongoing investigation. You'll probably be interviewed a few more times, and you'll want to be very careful for the next few months." "Careful how?" "The people who wanted this shipment are going to be unhappy. They might try to figure out if you were involved in setting them up. So if anyone contacts you, anyone you don't know, you call me immediately." She handed me a card. I drove home that night in a rental car the FBI provided. My van was evidence now. The whole thing felt like a fever dream. 2 weeks later, I got a package at my apartment. No return address. Inside was a photo of me driving, taken from someone's car window. On the back, someone had written, "We know where you live." I called the number on the FBI agent's card. It was disconnected. I moved 3 months later to a different city and changed careers. I work in a warehouse now, day shift, surrounded by people and cameras and security guards. But sometimes late at night, I still check my mirrors, still watch for motorcycles and black SUVs, still wonder if I'm really safe or if they're just waiting for me to forget. Because the thing about loose ends is they never really go away. Someone just decides when to tie them off. If you've made it this far, you're part of the Midnight Zephyr family. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a comment telling me which story shook you the most. Your support keeps these stories coming every single week. Until next time, stay safe out there. And remember, some encounters don't end when you drive away. They just follow you home.